Now, in this session, we would be covering the topics like various string functions. Now, string functions basically are inbuilt functions, okay, which we can use for working with our string data type. So I'll just discuss various functions also, but I'm just currently noting down the main points which we're going to cover in this particular session. So after the string functions, we would be working on formatted strings. Like if I have to print something in a separate format, then how can I use the formatted string concept for printing it? So we would work on that. Along with that, we would also be looking at different operators. Operators basically are arithmetic operators. We have comparison operators. We have assignment operators. So various kind of operators, what are those? How can we use them in our Python programs? Then again, we would be looking at the operator precedence. That is how if I'm using 3 or 4 operators together in one calculation format, how the operator precedence would by default work and how the how we can manipulate the precedence over there. We would be looking at with the help of examples. Then the lastly, we would be looking at some mathematical functions. So we have the math functions. Again, these are predefined in Python. We have to simply import the library and then we can start using the math functions there. Okay. So let's start with the first one, that is we have string functions. So now in string functions, basically we have various types of functions. Like suppose if I have to convert a given string to uppercase, then we have a upper function there. Okay, we should basically convert the string if it is in lowercase or a title case, for example, we'll convert everything to uppercase. Similar to upper, we also have a function that is lower, which will convert the particular given string in the lower case. So whether it is in capital or it is in your like title case, everything would be converted to the lower case. The next thing we have is capitalized function. Okay, now basically capitalized function will give you the first letter of the sentence as capitalized of the sentence. Now over here, we can also use the other function that we have, that is we have a caseful function. And a caseful function will also give you all the characters in lowercase. But what is the difference in lower and caseful function is you can use caseful function for a large data also of strings, whereas lower will be limited to some specific data in the string. So if you have a large amount of data and you want to convert it to lowercase, use the caseful function instead of the lower function. Then we have the title function, which basically gives you each word. The first character would be capitalized. Okay, so if you have, say, a sentence of 5 words, all the 5 words, your first character would be capitalized if you use the title function over here. So this is also a kind of your string function. Similarly, if you want to find something in the string, you have the find function. So find function basically will give you at what index the particular character is occurring. It will give you the occurrence of the particular given character there. Then what if you want to replace something? I want to replace a character or a word with some different word in the given string. I can use the replace function there. Like similarly in Word, Excel, we use find and replace. We have the replace function in Python also. Similarly, we have another function that is swipe case or swap case we call it. Now swap case basically will do what? It will convert a lowercase string to uppercase and convert an uppercase string to lowercase. So vice versa, converting lower to upper and upper to lower. So that you can do using the swap case function. Next, you have a join function, which basically can be used for joining multiple strings together. Now what we'll do is we will see some examples on this and then we will proceed further with the next part, that is formatted string, different operators, precedence and the math functions. So let's do one thing. I'll just open the PyCharm environment. Yesterday we had created this particular project. So let's create a new project for today. I'll give it a name, say Python day 2. Okay, again my path and everything remains the same. I click on create. So as normal, we will have to create here the Python file as we were doing it yesterday, same similar manner. So let it just create the project first. It would take some seconds for it to create. Once it is done, we would be first of all creating one file. So how do we do that? We just right click on this root folder. We go for new and we go for a Python file. So let's create here first.py. Again, file names could be any name you wish to give, totally up to you. So now over here, let us create, say, a string. Let's give here str. Okay. And we'll give here some sentence. Say learning is the key to success in life and there is no limit to children can acquire. So now over here, we have created a variable of type string and we have given there certain values. So with this, after we have created this, let us create another string. Okay, we can do that later on. First of all, let us use the print method and I want to print the total length of the string. So length basically means counting each and individual characters. So starting from the first character till the last character, it will basically give us how many characters totally we have in our given string variable. So for that, I am just concatenating the string length is, and here I am using len. Len is a function used for getting the length of the string, and in between that I pass the variable name, that is str. So this len is a predefined string function for finding the length of a particular string, and which string you want to find out, you want to find out for the string str. Okay, so let us just save this. And how do we execute? It is Alt, Shift and F10. Press enter for the first. Okay. Concatenating not into str. Okay, so we'll have to convert it to string. So what is the string length? It is 91. Now, why was the error coming? Because str, we had used a variable name, and str by default is a keyword used to convert something to string. So we cannot use the same keyword which is already there in defined in Python as a variable name. So I just changed the variable name to str1 and then we converted this because the length value will give you a value in integer format. And we yesterday have seen that print function will be printing something in the string format. So we are concatenating a string with an integer, which will give us an error. So hence we have converted this to string and then concatenated with the string ahead. So what is the length of our total string? It is 91 character. It is also calculating the spaces. Okay. So starting from L till the last character, the length of the string it is defined. Let us try and print the string in uppercase. Now currently everything is in lowercase. So I'll just make a change. I will change this to capital. Okay. And let's change even this one to capital just to see a difference whether everything it is converting to lowercase. So again, we will say string in lowercase plus we will have to use the function lower and pass there the variable str1. Let's execute. It is Alt Shift F10 executed. Fine, made a mistake. It is str1 dot lower. Okay, that's how you will have to use the function. So see, everything is, it has converted to lower. This L was capital in our str1, but when we are getting it over here, it is in lowercase. Similarly, the limit L was capital. Here it is coming in lowercase. So the whole string, it will convert to lowercase. Or for that matter, suppose we have written this key in capital. But what if we convert it to lower? Everything would be in lowercase. So this key to success also everything is in lower. Now, similar to this, let us try out and work with upper function. So again, we'll use str1 dot upper and we'll just change this in uppercase. Let's execute. Again, Alt Shift F10 and we get the whole string in the uppercase. So we have seen the length function, we have seen the lower function, the upper function. Similarly, let us try out the capitalized function. Okay, and here also we will write down string in capitalize function, and we print str1 dot capitalize. Again, Alt Shift F10 and execute. So as I've told you, capitalized will only make the first letter capital. So if we were having initially it in a lowercase, and if we try and execute, we get the value in the uppercase. So only the first letter or the first alphabet in your string would be capitalized if you use the capital function. Just a twist in this, I'm taking another variable, same data is there, but initially I am putting there a number. I'm not starting this with a alphabet. Okay, I'm starting this with a number and I'm trying to capitalize the str2 variable. Let us see what happens. I try to execute this. Is there any difference in the string? L did not be capitalized over here since we have used it, because whenever you're using capitalize, it will only find the first character or the alphabet. Now, 1 is not an alphabet, so it cannot convert it to capitalize. So it will keep it as it is. It will not do anything. But before 10, suppose you have any character, then you try to execute this. That particular character would be capitalized. So it will not work if you have a number as a starting character, if you use a capitalized function. Otherwise, the first character, it will change to capitalize. So I'm just keeping this as it is. Now, let's see the title function. So let us change this, say string in title function. Let's make str1 only to title. Let's save it. Alt Shift F10, execute. Now, title function, every word, the first character is capitalized. You can see that is how your title function works. Every word, the first character will be your capital character. Now, similarly, let's try and use the find function. Say using find function, and here we will use, say, str1, we will use dot find. Let's say I'm giving here n as a character that I want to find. So let's execute this. Okay, this is again giving you an integer converted to str, fine. So it's giving you what? 4. Because the first occurrence of n is if this is index number 0, because always strings, the index starts from 0. So this is the 0 character, 1, 2, 3, and n is the 4th character. So it's giving you the index of this character, which is the first index of the character in the particular given string. So in this str string, at what position character n is occurring? It is occurring at position number 4. That's how you can use the find function over here.